horrifying stories of people washing up on beaches that are shackled. The news stories I've been finding out about it say that they were migrants traveling from like the north of Africa. But if they were migrants going from one country to another voluntarily, why would they be shackled? Now, I don't want to dive down the conspiracy theory rabbit hole. But the only other thing that bothers me about this is they're using cargo, they're specifically using military planes that open mid-flight. Like the same types of planes that, I don't know, special forces would use, airborne rangers, you know, when they jump out of an airplane. Because it's way cheaper to use commercial airplanes to transport people than it is to use military cargo jets. Why are people showing up on beaches unalived, in shackles? Why are they using cargo planes that can open mid-flight?
Take a look at this picture here. That cargo plane was loaded with immigrants in Omaha, Nebraska. Cargo planes are much more expensive to fly.
Every once in a while, we come across a story so extraordinary that it resists belief. Tonight, the saga of an airplane that doubled as an instrument of murder. During Argentina's ruthless dictatorship in the mid-70s, the Skyvan PA-51 was used to throw victims alive into the Atlantic Ocean. This plane, where many of them met their death, would have been lost in the contrails of history had it not been for an Italian documentary photographer, Giancarlo Ciraudo. The cockpit, just as it was when the military pilots flew their clandestine death missions, flying far enough over the Atlantic so the bodies wouldn't likely be recovered, and then dumping the victims out alive.
I tracked a whole week of military flights, and I think a lot of them are connected to the deportations that I want to keep doing this, but I did tags for sketchy things that they did, if they're military, if they're sus, if they looped a lot, if they were weird, if they just vanished off radar, and then I also tracked which branch was flying the planes, and then the dates and the times, and then what types of plane they are, what their numbers are, what their call sign was, where they departed from, what their destination was, or where they were last seen when they disappeared, and then any kind of notes that I had, and then if they were sus, why they were sus.
At a U.S. Army airfield in El Paso, exclusive video obtained by CBS News shows shackled detainees boarding a military cargo plane.
No, they're